It's been 6 months since the last time we read the updates, so let's see what changed. They added a confirm your purchase button? So first things first, yes, they did finally add a confirm your purchase button, and it can be found anywhere you can buy something, even cheap repairs. And yes, it can be annoying at times, but it saved me thousands of credits when my friend rushed me to ready up while I was trying to equip my new phosphorus cells, and I almost restocked the full battle worth of AP ones. They changed the jelly jump screen so it won't cover the middle of the screen anymore, and it will also appear from the direction you're getting shot from. They reduced the smoke that comes out of the barrel on most infantry weapons so it doesn't blind you anymore. The bot's accuracy on encounter maps has become more challenging, making it a little bit harder to grind on that mode now. They made it so you can't instantly block a city on war mode anymore with any assault team, including paratroopers. Till now, generals could send a chain of random assault teams or paratroopers in a battle so they would instantly block it when it was finished and stop the defenders from retreating their assault teams with poor morale or launching a counteroffensive. Now, all assault teams traveling to that city when the battle ends will retreat and give the defenders some breathing space and time to launch a counterattack. You can still insta-block if the battle becomes auto-resolved for not being fun, however. The faction that won the war will have to pay 4.75% extra war funds to deploy their assault teams on the next war instead of 5%. They had enough of waiting for me to make a beginner tutorial, so they did it themselves.
Welcome to Heroes and Generals.
By releasing a new introduction video summing up what the game is about, they made 28 tutorials that appear in-game and in the menus and explain to you the basics, and 46 career orders that will motivate people to click around and explore to get credits, like a point-and-click adventure game, and satisfy their perfectionist brain with those nice check marks. Yes, I am one of those people, and I'm willing to spend 600,000 credits just to get a tank crewman, a paratrooper, a recon and a pilot, even though I already have 3 of each just to get all them check marks. I'm a completionist, what can I say? Oh, if you missed any tutorials, you can find them again here. Speaking of tutorials and newbies, they get to unlock the PvP modes a lot sooner and have to play against the bots a lot less before fighting against actual players. However, they will have to play longer to unlock the specialist classes. For example, they unlock their first annoying little coffin of a tongue at progression level 5 instead of 3, the kamikaze simulator on level 8 instead of 7, getting war crime simulator at level 6 instead of 5, and blah blah blah. The cooking marshmallows in a bush far from the objective simulator, also known as the point-and-click adventure game 2, is still on level 9, thank god. You can buy white smoke trails for all your planes now, and bamboozle the enemy pilot who is chasing you into thinking that you are about to crash in a tree because your engine died and leave you alone. He's gonna crash. NANI? Oh, it was a smoke! Either that or you will be at the center of everyone's crosshair because you look like an easy kill at half HP. Okay, maybe not everyone is as stupid as me. Paratroopers got some nice new helmet options to buy, and they actually have a parachute backpack in-game now.
Sus, I'm the imposter! I'm the imposter!
Yeah, of course it clips through the vehicle. Hope we see fuel tank for flamethrowers too soon. They didn't mention this anywhere, but they added the Liberator as a weapon pickup in all maps so you can humiliate your enemies. Here are the locations it can be found. There is only one per 0 objective, 01, 02, 03, so unless you are a tonk crewman main like me, you stepped foot in these objectives and have spotted them all by now. Thank you, 𝘀cie𝗶𝗶𝗶. You can also see them easier by opening them up at the start of the game. They made the menu more enjoyable to navigate by making the paratroopers and recons look like wax models found on Madame Tussauds. To be honest, I think they would look better and more lifelike if the renders were actually animated like in other World War II shooter menus out there where the models breathe and stuff. But I don't think the game engine can support that, so maybe they can Photoshop them a bit more like they have in the assault team menus where it looks like they are in a snapshot taken from combat. Or change the light angle or the direction they are looking. I don't know, because they are just looking kind of creepy now. Speaking of looks, if this video came out soon enough, the white camos are now available for purchase so you can blend in the snow. My personal favorite and game-changing ice is back on all maps that have water. It can hold your weight, the weight of a tank, a paraplane crashing on it, your mom, a dead horse, it's indestructible. Everyone has slot-free unlimited snowballs to throw and paint stuff.
Nice car.
And kill some enemies in just 6 or 7 years.
Oh, I got him, I got him, I got him!
Also, apart from being the poor man's camouflage tool, they also give you one more excuse to blame your death and hide your skill issues apart from having a Greek internet provider. Speaking of issues, they fixed the issue where Steam will re-download the entire game when all you were trying to do was repair the game files. They fixed the issue where you could not get out of some vehicles like the Jägermeister when it was flipped on its side. They fixed some map issues like floating crates, problematic or missing textures, spot you can get stuck on, a cave, and generally lots of other bug changes that were necessary and you most likely won't notice. And finally, lots of fixes on things that should have worked as intended when they came out, like the squad score adding up, outfits displaying properly on the kill feed and squad, and correct booster being activated, and much more. And that brings me to the criticism part of the video. I think that even though all these things we mentioned are great, and all the changes we were getting the past years were on the right direction, and made the quality of life and experience of the regular player better, they are still not noticeable. By noticeable, I mean older players won't re-download the game to try them out because they don't stand out enough to pique their interest like a new map or a faction will do. And we have waited very long for something noisy like that. The Battle Pass made some noise, that's true, but it's behind a paywall. Now, one more thing that I want to criticize that almost drove me away is the lack of quality assurance. I had hopes that with the new release cycle of new season, mid-season update, which takes months to complete, and the amazing new quality assurance team, they would be able to release updates that were properly tested and don't have literal game-breaking bugs in them when they come out. For example, the same day I released my new season video 6 months ago, the servers will completely crash if an explosion happened next to a jeep equipped with a new machine guns on them. When the mid-season update came out, you wouldn't be able to join a game with your friends if they didn't all have stock helmets equipped when they accepted the squad invite. And other very noticeable things that should be working as intended, like activating the correct ribbon booster or the squad score adding up, that took them months to fix. These are things that me as a content creator for this game and someone who is actively trying to bring more people to the game make me feel ashamed for promoting it. When a new update comes out, that's the best time to play the game and most important time to make content for it, but I can't because of issues like this. So instead I boot up GTA because for some reason they have the same update release dates, and then I realized that the game is just as old, has just as many bugs, modders on every lobby, and it's instead a $1 billion IP. Okay, maybe the entire industry is fucked up and everyone is struggling to stay afloat and meet the deadlines. I will give 𝐀𝐿 a pass this time. And finally, the new chat moderators. This I have no issue with. If you played as a German on war, you already remember seeing the politically incorrect racial epithet in the chat more often than the words useless, GG or your mom gay combined. So a kind of a filter was needed, an automatic system to moderate the chat like on the other popular games will just make it annoying or way too clean than it has to be. So it makes sense to actually have a person to moderate the chat and let him decide if what someone is saying is crossing the line or if he's just being autistic. And in a game of this size, that's a decent method. You will notice them by their green name, they can't ban you or anything, so all the power they can abuse is muting you. Which begs the question, why can't we have that? A mute button just to mute these dumb fucks. Oh yeah, they also added a new battle pass. Is it worth it this time though? Click on this video to find out. Okay, if there is nothing to click, that's because I haven't finished it yet, so go watch the livestream highlights videos, they are great. Apologies for not uploading for so long, boys. I still have my studies as a priority and I was having more fun uploading on the second channel, which is a lot less stressful. The audience there has a bit lower standards and tolerance to shitposts and other games except Heroes and Generals. So yeah, I will see you guys as soon as I can. Ciao ciao! You didn't have to cut me off. Don't even need your love. Just sitting like a stranger that I feel sorrow. Now, developers, if you are by any chance watching this, if you are not getting a 𝘀cie tank skin, can we at least get a 𝘀cie supply box for my tank, please?